everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is Saturday, January 14th. Now on our show today, we have a couple of really great stories for you. We have the Garden Club with Geneva Benza and Karine Poliquin. And they've got an upcoming event that I think you're going to find really exciting because Karine is a beekeeper, and they're going to tell you all about bees and all the great things that honeybees do for us. Then we talked to Joan Brown and Ajit Gidwani on behalf of the Pickleball Club. They are proposing some new courts, and they want to tell you all about that. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. Well, we're starting our rain today, tomorrow, and the next couple of days. We are looking at 59, 53, 58, 52, and 58, 48. And if you are traveling, take a look at these numbers. Be really careful out there because all of our beaches in Palm Springs, as well as Vegas, are all expecting significant rain, and the mountains are expecting snow. So if you are going to any of these areas, you may want to skip it and go another weekend, or make sure that you check with caltrans.gov for the travel conditions and road closures, or possibly road requirements, especially chains up in the mountain area. Okay, our sunrise this morning was at 6:55, and our sunset will be at 5:05. And take a look at this gorgeous photo, and that is Wrightwood, California, shortly after the rains that happened a few days ago, and I'm sure it'll be covered even more after the next 4 days. All right, when we come back, we will have the Garden Club and learning all about bees, so stay tuned.
Hi, remember us?
We're back,
Christine and Jack from the Jewelry Box.
which is now the Jewelry Box Estate Buyers.
Relocated in a new spot in our old shopping center.
But we're still Orange County's preeminent buyer of gold, jewelry, watches, and flatware.
And we're still a full jewelry repair center. And with our 3 graduate gemologists, we're still here to appraise your special pieces.
And like always, at the Jewelry Box Estate Buyers,
It's about trust.
Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Geneva Benza, who is here on behalf of the Garden Club with her guest, Karine Poliquin. And she is going to talk to us about bees and how important they are to our garden. Well, welcome both of you to the show. Very nice to meet you and see you again, Geneva.
Same here.
And Karine, thank you for joining us. I really am excited to hear all about bees. We had a little bit of an opportunity to talk off camera, so I'm really looking forward to the discussion. But before we get into that, Geneva, tell me about the Garden Club. What have you guys been doing, and what's kind of going to happen this year?
Well, we have been doing a lot of things. We have trips and the garden fair in April, which is the same time every year, our normal meeting day, which is the fourth Wednesday of every month. The garden fair just happens to be earlier at 11 instead of our normal 2 o'clock. And we also have walks, garden walks, which are for our members, designed to show either different vegetation or holiday decorations and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And we have our Christmas celebration. I should say, we have our holiday celebration in December as well.
So you were busy over the holidays, which is great. And let's go ahead and get a background on Karine. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Thank you for having me. I started learning about honeybees when I was doing my master's degree. Actually, I was doing my master's degree in horticulture and agriculture from the University of Minnesota. And I had to have electives in my flowers and, classes. And I said, okay, what do I do now? And I look at the catalog and I'm like, oh, there's something about insects and honeybees in particular. So I jumped into it and I met the teacher, a great mentor, Dr. Marla Spivak. She's a renowned scientist, in the world actually. And I had the chance to be in her classes, and I took all her classes. I was so happy, and I said, oh, I should have done something in entomology instead of horticulture. And she said, well, you can always do another master's or a PhD if you want. I said, no, I'm good. This is how I started. And then after that, she offered me a job at their lab. And I obviously, I said, yes, we're going to do that. And what we did with Dr. Spivak, she was working on pesticides and to see what are the ramifications when we use pesticide, either in agriculture or in our own garden. And we found out some detrimental effects, obviously, on honeybee workers, but also on queens. And so that's why when I speak a little bit to gardeners or people that want to know about things, I said, sometimes you should just put your bottle of pesticide away and do it by hand or use your hose and, just be careful because there's other little things that you don't see necessarily.
Exactly. Well, that's really great research because, as I had mentioned to you off camera, is that there has been discussion about a potential bee extinction. And are you guys seeing that? Is that really a true thing?
Well, what happened is sometimes I think the media, make it a big thing. It is true that we have problems with honeybees. And what happened is when we talk about honeybees, we need to be precise what we're talking about. First of all, people say bees in general. Bees, encompass a lot of insects. Actually, you have bumblebees and you have all the native bees that we have in California or anywhere else. So when we say that bees are collapsing, like that's the word you hear about a lot, it's because we need to make a distinction between the managed honeybees, so the beekeepers that are having honeybees or, to do pollination. And there's also honeybees in the wild that exist. And so those are not being extinct. Those are not affected so much compared to the one that we keep as beekeepers in our hives. So those are the ones that are having a lot of problems because of a lot of pesticide use. Also, the beekeepers put some medication inside their hives too to make the bees survive other things, parasites that they have, for instance. Sure. So this is what it is. I'd say that I'm optimistic. I don't think we're going to lose honeybees, but we just have to be careful and make sure that people understand that we need to love them. We need to help them along.
And that's what I'm hoping, that it sounds as though, Geneva, this is what you're going to incorporate into your talk that Corinne is going to do, and you are going to have a bee discussion. So let's talk about the event that's coming up.
Well, it's going to be at Clubhouse 1 at 2 o'clock on January 25th.
Right. Perfect. And is it just strictly, Corinne, you're strictly going to be the presenting, and how is that going to work? Is it going to be, I know you're going to be physically there in person, so are you talking about how to incorporate bees into the garden, or what is your planned discussion?
Yeah, I think what I'm going to talk about is, how the bees are in general. I'm going to also talk about, I think it's important because we live in such a beautiful place in Southern California. We have a lot of native bees, and people don't know too much about that. We have a ton of bees that we need to care about, not just honeybees. So I'm going to talk about the native bees in California. We need to protect them. I'm going to talk a little bit also, obviously, about honeybees. I'm going to talk about something that's people think it's very interesting. We need to think like a honeybee, meaning that, okay, I'm here in the garden and I need to feed my hive. So where I'm going, where is better, how fast can I go there and come back with the provisions to feed the little ones? And that's very challenging for honeybees. Now I'm going to be also on the side of the gardeners. What can I plant in my garden, in my little small garden in California, to attract me, the little bee that wants to go there and forage? And maybe if I have time, I'd like to touch a little bit also on pesticide uses or not using them, because I'm not against pesticide, but there's ways to mitigate things that we can have.
Right.
So that's about it. And I'm going to bring some props. I'm going to bring some books. I'm going to bring some other little things for people to look at. I think it's always fun to interact that way as well.
Yeah, visuals are always a good idea. So Geneva, as you know, we've talked many times before about the little gardens that we do have here. Many people have patio homes, or they're really just planting things on their porch or their balconies. And some people don't necessarily like bees to come to their patio. I mean, they're afraid they're going to get stung. But truly, what are some of the questions that are being asked of you, Geneva, about this particular subject? Anything in particular?
I've been talking to people who are quite excited to learn more about bees. Most people that I talk to really want to help them.
Good.
And I'm telling them, oh, bees are very basically gentle, and we're going to learn how to be amongst them safely. And I'm so excited because I know there is maybe a lot of people that are afraid of them, and that has not been my experience with them. I've always had them around and existed peacefully.
Okay, well, that's good, because as I mentioned, some people are afraid, and it could be maybe they've been stung before in weird circumstances, but it's not as if the bees are attacking you. And sometimes they talk about these horrific bees in other places, and you're thinking every time you see a bee, is that one of them?
Well,
and any one of you guys could talk about that, because like you mentioned, there's different kinds of bees.
Yes, that's correct. We have, but honeybee is not a carnivorous insect, so they're not going for you. They're just looking for sugar or pollen. So they're going to the flowers. If we get stung by honeybees, it's because we are kind of bothering them. They're trying to forage, and then you put your hand there because you're cutting your plants or whatever, and you don't pay attention. I'm not going to talk, I'm not too pro, the wasps are, on the other hand, they're carnivorous. So they're going to come if you eat a sandwich or whatever, they will come there because they like meat. They want to eat this stuff. And they are coming for you. I mean, you cannot coexist here. It's the sandwich or you. So, and I think when we talk to the being afraid or whatever, I can talk to people about that, because of course I have also some people who come just for that in the class, hands-on, and we do 5 minutes a day, and we come, and finally they can stay a whole hour, and they can hold a frame, and they can look into a hive, and it's pretty remarkable what we can do to help others, be among insects. Insects are not our enemies. I mean, they're beautiful for us. So hopefully I'll carry this, when I come, and people will be more at ease with their insects that surround them.
I think that's great. And this is a really great subject. So Geneva, great job on getting this going. Again, let's just remind everybody, it's Wednesday, January 25th at 2 p.m. in Clubhouse 1. Now, guests are $5 at the door, but members are no charge. And of course, if you want more information, you can always get in touch with Geneva. And that is 610-428-3775. Thank you both so much. I appreciate the information.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. We really appreciate this. The Garden Club loves the exposure.
Oh, you got it. You got it. Thank you again. And of course, if you want more information about the Garden Club, you can always go to the Laguna Woods Village website at lagunawoodsvillage.com, and you can type in the Garden Club and it'll bring you to their page. We'll be right back.
Laguna Woods Dental Care, our goal is to serve and provide dental services to the residents of Laguna Woods. Dr. Mohsen Mahmood is currently specializing in senior dental care from USC Dental School and has been serving the Laguna Woods community for over 16 years. At Laguna Woods Dental, our top priority is your overall wellness, ensuring your current medications do not affect your oral health. We offer a convenient plan for $250 a year that includes exam, x-rays, and all types of cleanings are covered. Our office is located right outside of gate number 3. Come book your appointment today.
Welcome back. Well, we have a very popular club here today. We have the Pickleball Club of Laguna Woods. We have Joan and Ajit here. Well, welcome both of you.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Thank you for having us.
I know it was so
over.
much fun when I got to get out there and play. Wonderful sport. And, you know, with that said, you have an awful lot of people that are playing that are here from the club. And while that's a good thing, it's also a bad thing. So tell me a little bit about what's been happening with the club.
The club has been growing in leaps and bounds. We have 7 courts at present, and we are sharing with paddle tennis on certain days. So we have it on certain days, and they have it on certain days. So the number of people that are using it have grown, and the courts are getting busy by the day, and that is why we are here.
And you know, you're sharing, so is paddleboard not as popular as pickleball?
I believe so.
Not as popular. But so they have priority on Tuesday and Thursday mornings, but if there are empty courts, then
You can
pickleball
jump on.
players fill in.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. And approximately how many members do you have now?
At present, we have about 548 members. We had
That was like 2 weeks ago, so it's more than that
more
now.
than that. That was when our
Yeah.
meeting was. We had about 284 2 years ago.
Right.
So if you can see that we nearly have doubled our membership
Right.
in 2 years, and it's growing by the day.
Right.
And it's not only the membership, the number of people playing on the courts has increased tremendously. So we get to play a game, and then we have to come off so that another set can go
So you do a
on.
rotation.
We
How
have
long
to-
is the wait, generally, would you say?
As long as the play.
Oh, okay.
So you play for 15 minutes, you're off probably at least 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And that's hard, as compared to other sports where they can get on a court and stay on an hour and a half.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. And you only have, you only have so many courts. But nonetheless, you're doing a good job of it, and you raised money for the lights, which is super.
Right.
But now you have your eye on a different area that you would like to build more courts.
Right. We're at max. It's all day long. There are people down there playing, and if they're not filled, the 7 courts, they're almost filled. So the growth of the sport is our problem. Like you said, it's good and it's bad. We need more courts, and we don't want to do anything that will affect the HOA. Nobody wants to pay any more in the HOA. So we're proposing to build a new pickleball facility, which will have a 0 impact on the GRF budget. It will not raise the HOAs. We will raise the funds ourselves.
Okay.
And then the ongoing costs of maintaining the complex is we hope to have and expect to have regional tournaments. It's large enough to have regional tournaments, maybe national pickleball tournaments played here. And whatever profits we can get from that, we will turn over to GRF to take care of the maintenance costs.
I see.
So it will cost the residents nothing.
Okay.
And that's what we're aiming at.
Now, you have gone to the board already, and you presented this.
Correct.
And of course, that's going to take some time for them to approve and, do all of those things. What's your next steps?
Our next step will be to get the approval from the board. Till we don't get the approval from the board, we can't start our fundraising. So as soon as we get the approval from the board, we will start a fundraising, and we have a goal of getting certain amount that is needed to build it.
Right.
In maybe a year and a half, and get the project done.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we have to figure out our policies and our opportunities for donations. So like we're thinking, because it's going to take a couple of bucks, this is going to be more expensive than lighting 3 courts. But we had success there, we'll have success here. So we're looking at naming the complex, giving naming rights, naming tennis courts, and we're hoping people will make these legacy donations. Will be associated with the Village Community Fund,
Okay.
which is a 501c3 organization, so that gifts through the Village Community Fund become tax deductible.
Okay.
And so there's more of an incentive for people to give. But this is going to need the small donations and some big donations.
Right. Tell me what we're looking at. Like how many courts?
We are looking at about 24 courts, with one court being a championship court with the bleachers around it. So that people can sit there and watch the finals of any tournament, or even if we have our in-house tournaments, they have a place to sit down and watch.
Okay.
And that is our goal with a clubhouse, just like tennis complex. They have a clubhouse there, and we want to have a clubhouse as well, as the picture shows. And we want to make it look very beautiful, that it is part of our community.
Right.
And basically, that's what we are trying to do. Is we are trying to raise the project for community. It's not just for the pickleball club or pickleball people. It's for all of us, because it'll increase the value of our properties. Because it is the first thing nowadays that people come here and ask whether we have a facility of this kind here or no. And this is an attraction for all of us because of that.
Right. And the clubhouse, can be rented out by GRF for other things.
Okay.
The facilities, obviously, will be owned by GRF.
Right.
So it increases the value of the community and makes it more attractive.
Right, right. And that is the location of where you're talking about is just above the tennis court parking lots.
Right,
correct? Okay.
right. Between the admin building and tennis courts, there's that hill that has served no purpose for as long as I've been here, and I think I've been here 15 years.
Wow.
So
if
we can use vacant land and make it productive at no cost to the residents, win-win.
Now let's talk about something that you said earlier regarding donations. So does that mean that you will generate a 501c3 for the pickleball courts? So then if people do have donations, then they would have an opportunity for a write-off?
Yes, we'll be going through the Village Community
Oh, that's
Fund,
what you're going to do.
which
Oh, I
is
see.
a 501c3.
That's right. So you don't have to start another one.
No. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Perfect.
So if they approve the project, and we do believe they will, then donations
would go
can be
through
made
them.
through them.
Okay. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So that way they can write off any donations they want to have, or otherwise. So we don't have to go through the process of
creating a whole nother one.
Reinventing the wheel when we already have it in Village Community Fund.
Right.
And they helped us out last time also with Light the
that's
Night.
right. Okay.
So it was a perfect vehicle.
Big project, and I know that there are many corporations that I know you're going to be reaching out to that potentially could help, because they will benefit as well, especially if you are able to use it as a regional facility for tournaments.
Correct.
So perfect. Perfect. Well, have we missed anything? It sounds very exciting. Boy, do you have your hands cut out for you there.
It's a big
We're
project.
cut out for you, that's for sure.
It's a very huge project, but that is what we want. We want to do something for the community.
Well, that is great. Well, I appreciate all the work that you guys are doing. Keep it up. There'll be lots of happy people that are
You'll have to come
pickleballers.
down again.
You'll have to come
well, of
down
course I will. We'll just, well, however long it takes, we'll have to see, right?
Right.
All right. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate the information.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. If you want any information about the club or about what is being proposed, you can always get in touch with them at the Laguna Woods Pickleball Club. We'll be right back.
At Genesis Medical Center, our goal is to treat chronic conditions with a traditional and holistic approach to get the best results. We created a program we call Diabetes Reversal, targeting people with prediabetes and chronic diabetes. The patient is closely and personally monitored. We check parameters, blood sugar monitoring, A1C, cholesterol, high blood pressure, and weight. We offer natural supplements, and we will hopefully decrease the amount of medications you're currently taking. We teach lifestyle modifications, increase confidence, and control the disease.
Hi folks, this is Dan O'Weiler with Sterling Financial Advisors. We've been around for a long time, been on ThisDay with Lisa, and just wanted you to know that we're still in business, even through the pandemic. We still have the opportunity to now meet with people individually, in person, and we'd like to invite you to give us a call if it would make some sense. If you're doing some planning for retirement, please give us a call. We'll be happy to meet with you. Thanks so much.
Now at LA Carpet & More, you can transform your old bath into a new walk-in bathtub or shower in as little as 2 days. Plus, save 50% off and get 5 years 0% financing. It's easy, affordable, and fast. with 35 years in business and serving over 300,000 satisfied customers. Call 800-684-4100 for an appointment or visit one of our showrooms.
Carpet, #1 for you.
Our movie for today is called Gigi and Nate. And it is a darling story about how a young man's life gets turned upside down when he suffers a near-fatal illness and is left a quadriplegic. He moves forward, seems nearly impossible, but until he gets an unlikely service animal named Gigi, who is a curious and intelligent capuchin monkey. So certainly an uplifting and adorable story, and you can see that today at 2 p.m. with subtitles, 6 p.m. without, and that's brought to you by City of Hope. Okay, a couple of announcements for next week. Astronomy Club is having an event, and they would like you to come and participate and learn all about space. January 18th, Wednesday at 7 p.m. in Clubhouse 1. Of course, you can always get in touch with Joe at 805-588-0163. And Baby Boomers is having an event, and that's going to be on Saturday. Of course, it's American-made band, country band. Enjoy lots of dancing and loads of fun. You can always find out more about that at babyboomersclub.org. All right, let's take a look at the weather one last time. Of course, we began our rain, and it's going to be raining for the next couple of days. And we are looking at temperatures not too warm, but not too cold, 59, 53, 58, 52, 58, 48. And if you are traveling, take a look at these numbers. Our beaches are looking at 57, 52, 62, 55, 58, 49, Palm Springs, 64, 51, Tahoe, 31, 23, 22, Big Bear, 38, 28, Mammoth, 27, 18, and Las Vegas, 58, 45. Rain at the beaches, snow at the mountains. So make sure you check caltrans.gov. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you again on Monday morning at 9 a.m. right here on Village Television. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Welcome to Harvard Eye Associates. We're focused on your eye care at all 3 of our Orange County locations.
Our new location in Laguna Hills, Orange, and San Clemente.
Each facility features the latest in advanced technology and diagnostic equipment.
And a trusted collection of doctors that care about your vision and your quality of life.
We deliver what matters to you and your family.
Harvard Eye Associates, the future of vision today.
Who is RadNet? You've probably heard our name and seen our commercials, but you still might not know who we are. RadNet is the largest provider of outpatient imaging services in the United States, with over 8,000 employees and almost 400 imaging centers in 7 states. Likely, if you have had diagnostic imaging, you have experienced RadNet's high-quality, cost-effective imaging services. With 35 years of expertise, RadNet is leading into the future with advanced technology and the very latest AI technology. We are positioned for the future of healthcare. RadNet, leading radiology forward.